I'm Nars, and I like Batman a lot. Like, a lot, a lot. Like, been watching Batman the Animated Series on loop for about a year. A lot. And with all these watchings, I thought maybe it's time I actually make a video, instead of just a compilation video that gets a lot of views. Thanks for that. So, I'm starting this really long project that might never get finished, but it'll be really fun to try. This is every episode of Batman the Animated Series, reviewed and ranked. By me, Nars. Now, these reviews are going to be pretty biased towards me. I'm not a professional reviewer, nor am I a professional anything, really. I'm just a guy who really likes Batman, and has a lot of thoughts on these episodes. So, if you disagree with me, take it with a grain of salt, and maybe make a comment while you're at it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So, even though I'm watching these on HBO Max, I'm going to go in broadcast order. So the order that the episodes aired on TV. There's a surprising amount of contention on how these episodes should be ordered. I mean, different sources say very different things of what the first episode is. I'm going to go with the Wikipedia timeline, just to be safe. That brings us to our first episode. On Leather Wings? Really? On Leather Wings? I kind of expected it to be a Joker episode or something. On HBO Max, it's actually The Cat and the Claw, which is weird, since that's not how it aired. But I guess it doesn't really matter in this context. Whatever. The first episode is On Leather Wings with Man-Bat. Our episode begins with a classic. A Gotham blimp! Yippee! They're doing whatever blimp operators do when one guy sees it.
Quiet for once.
You see that?
What?
I had a blip. It just ghosted across my screen.
I don't see anything.
It was there. Whatever it is must be right below us. There it is.
There what is?
It looked like bat wings.
Bat wings?
After some gorgeous flying shots, we arrive at a pharmaceutical company and are greeted with the really charming detail of a night guard recording an audition tape. I feel a lot like that guy right now. And the police and the mayor meet up to talk about it the next day. I think this scene is great in how it sets up everyone's stance on the Batman. Gordon is pro, Harvey and Harvey are anti. It also establishes their personalities. Gordon is steadfast and cool-headed, while Bullock is brash and reactionary. We also get this foreboding shot of Harvey Dent, later Two-Face if you didn't know, with his signature coin. I love how much setup he gets in the episodes before his villain arc, and this isn't the only one. The mayor acquiesces to Bullock's demand for a bat-catching force, and we're off to the Batcave. We get
I gather you've been reading How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Sorry. One thing to know about me is that I have a weird fixation with Alfred, and this is not Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., who's his iconic voice. It only bothers me, but once you notice it, you can't unhear it. You're welcome for that. Bruce and Alfred banter over the case, and then Batman is off to work. After some PhD students smooch it up a bit, we see Batman has broken in to look for evidence, with Bullock caught on his tail. Bullock calls in the task force as Batman finds the recorder from the Night Watchman and some peculiar fur. Bullock and the strike force failed to catch him, but not for lack of trying, and an explosion. The next day we're introduced to Bruce Wayne, Batman's suave secret identity, probing for some information from a bat scientist named Dr. March. Under the guise of a bat infestation, he presents the hair from the crime scene to be tested. Dr. March espouses upon the resilience and superiority of bats, but is interrupted by Doctors Francine and Kirk Langstrom. Bruce gives them a recording of the noise of the monster, and analyzes it for himself in the Batcave, only to come up with nothing. He gets a call, and Dr. March insists the fur is from common brown bats. Side note, I think this call really shows off Kevin Conroy's excellent voice acting. I think the distinction between Batman and Bruce Wayne's voices were lost over time, but I think it's a crucial part of the secret identity. Can you really imagine Batman saying bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Next, we see a mysterious figure burning the evidence, and swallowing some pills. The figure turns out to be Kirk Langstrom, who, as it turns out, has turned himself into a grisly Jekyll-Hyde Man-Bat through a chemical process invented by Dr. March. Batman and Man-Bat fight through the city, and the blimp returns! Let's go, blimp! While they fight, Gordon and Bullock get in the chopper to follow them. Through the struggle, Man-Bat is revealed to the police in the chopper, clearing Batman's name. He takes the unconscious Langstrom back to the Batcave to undo his transformation, and returns him to his wife to no consequences, for some reason. A bit of a weird non-ending to a pretty solid episode. Though it might seem a little underwhelming for a first episode, I think there's a lot to like about this one. It really sets up the tone as a real noir that takes itself seriously, unlike the other candy-colored cartoons at the time. Though it expects you to already know who Batman is, that he's not a giant bat. it still sets up everybody's roles pretty clearly. It's a compelling enough story to keep people interested. It also establishes that it's science, huge quotation marks there, that makes these villains tick, not magic or aliens like Superman the Animated Series. It's an interesting enough story in and of itself, with interesting characters and good interaction. Even though it's not my Alfred, I think he has some really great lines here. Overall, I'm going to put it in the B tier. Good start. So that's my first video, ever, that I've ever made. Hopefully it's not too unbearable for your season creators out there, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, then I'm kicking my legs and twirling my hair. That's it. Hope you see you next time.